Hello everyone, this is Deno reporting live. Just confirm you have audio from me now, please. Great, thanks Kalen. I'm about to come in shot now and explain what's happening for everyone. You should be able to see me very soon. I'm going to do something now which is going to annoy a lot of people. Sorry friends, I'm just going to do this, which is very unfortunate, but it is what it is. So what we're doing right now is the first cut of the judging process. So you should be able to see me. Hello everyone. The judging is a very involved process. The first step is pulling all of the models off the tables that we think are in contention for a medal, potentially. Whether or not they will all result in a medal, we're not sure. But we are trying to make some judgments about what is medal worthy and what is not. Now, just because your model gets left on the table doesn't mean that you are gone. At the end of the process, we will go back to the tables and review all of the pieces that are on the table to make sure that we haven't inadvertently missed anything. As you can see, we have a lot of entries. You could even say we have a metric shit ton of entries. And so that is the process that happens right now. So the judges will continue this for the next little while before they will sit down and we will start discussing the entries. Any questions you'd like to ask me? Ponkovic, I will announce that tomorrow. I will not announce that now. We'll announce that tomorrow on our final ceremony. But we did beat last year's number. So there is an award which is called the Best Diorama, which I will be adjudicating. There is also a Trent Dennison Award for most number of entries. And then we also have the Judge's Choice Best in Show, People's Choice Best in Show. On reflection, we're probably going to also need to do a Best of Standard.
Yeah.
So,
I think that'd be cool.
So on the fly, Big Deno is going to add another best in. Best of Standard. I'm going to have to make a trophy up and send it to the person who's there. All right, that's good. So I'll just move back over here. So we've got quite a few entries in Standard. Now, I might just grab Dave while he's here and just tell me, Dave, what are the things you're looking for, mate? Just a rapid fire.
Indescribable, really. Just what catches my eye right now. If it catches my eye, and then when I'm going closer, I feel the same sense of wonder, and maybe even a little bit more once I get closer. That's generally what will cause me to pick it up. Once I pick it up, I think, okay, where does this fit in a range? And I think maybe about here, and then move over there and put it there. And not thinking too much about it. Specifics at the
just
moment,
looking for the wow factor?
Not even necessarily that, just seeing what catches the eye, and then you go closer and then start to categorise. But it's not regimented, or there's no specific this is a rule or that is there. It could be anything really.
Great.
We'll eventually look at everything. So.
Yeah, good, thank you. Having fun, Will?
I'm having the best time.
What are you looking for?
Immediately, just the overall composition of a piece, the colour, the vibrancy, the immediate effect, and then how creative it is, the thought that's gone into it, and then maybe some technical details, how well certain effects have been created, things like that.
Cool, good work. So Kyle, anything that you're looking for in particular, mate, at this stage?
I'm just looking at things that have something that's eye-catching or different, or even something that'd be like, oh, that's cool. I wish I thought of that.
Yeah, cool.
You know, and just having a look, and then from there you pick it up and you're like, oh, well, maybe this quality of paint or this thing, or then you sort of put it into where you want to put
We
it.
get into more detail. This is just a very quick decision.
Yeah.
Stuck down properly, so guys, just be careful.
It's a cool model, that one.
Yeah. I just saw it just in the flock and everything. Yeah.
Great little guy.
It's a must-wear. It's so cool.
And of course, friends, we will be bringing each of these models over that we're pulling over to the table now and putting them under the camera for the judges to talk about in a bit more detail. Unfortunately, with the number of entries we have, we will not be able to talk about everyone's entry. But the good news is that a lot of the information and feedback that judges will give will be applicable to most entries. The things that they're looking for, the areas that they highlight for improvements, that'll all be available and useful for everyone. So our ethos for standard category is very much about rewarding people for effort. We still are obviously looking for well-painted models and being somewhat critical about aspects of painting, but as a general rule, the thing that we're looking for is effort. We all spend a lot of time painting these little toy soldiers, and coming to a competition, putting your models down can be daunting. So we just want to celebrate the fact that people have given it a crack, and that effort deserves reward in and of itself. We are separating the judging into two segments. We have the standard category, which will be our first period, and then we will be doing the masters after that. Unfortunately, we probably don't have a massive time frame that we'll be able to do for all of these entries. It's going to make it challenging for us to try and condense this judging process into 2 hours for each category, but we'll do our best. Yeah, Dave being able to look at all the models in advance and taking photos has probably given him a bit of a better lens on the amount of medal category winners, but there's probably more time spent during that process on actually focusing on the photography more so than looking at the models. So in many cases he's probably seeing these things for the first time as well. Yep. So looking down here now, I'm seeing a lot of entries that have been selected for medals, which is great. It's making me feel a little bit nervous that I haven't prepared enough medal cards, but maybe I will make some on the fly tomorrow. I might go and have a look at my box right now, actually. So this year we also have commended, and I'm just going to give the judges a reminder, we do have commended cards as well, so if you think something is close but not there, commended is available. Yeah, friendly reminder. So we might go and chat to some people in the crowd. Liam, what are your thoughts on this process from the outside looking in?
I just walked up.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you. Let's ask Rhiannon. What are your thoughts on this process?
It's interesting to see what people are drawn to, what the judges are drawn to.
Good.
Yeah.
Mitch, what do you think about this process, mate?
Having entered it, it's kind of stressful watching it.
Is it?
Going
All right.
through
Well,
it, yeah.
Okay. Any of your pieces on the table?
Not yet.
All right, good. Fingers
But
crossed.
it's pretty incredible seeing all of them together. It's actually very inspiring being able to be here in person and get a lot of ideas.
Great. Wait till you see mine in the flesh, mate. What are your thoughts here, James? How are you feeling?
I think the judging table was great because I haven't seen the backside of the bottles yet today.
Good feedback.
You get to see the backside of the judges.
Any of your pieces on the table, mate?
Yep. Yeah, my green Terminators are over there.
That's exciting. Well done.
It's a good reality check. Your pieces, you're weld for 6 months, and you come here and you have trouble even finding them amongst everything. There's a lot of amazing stuff.
Yeah, good. Here's Leaps. He's sitting here. We're doing the standard judging right now, mate.
Right.
So this is a microphone. We're talking. We're live on stream right now.
Oh, that's
so
right, mate.
You're talking to me.
Yeah, what's going on?
So can't see your model on the table just yet, but judging hasn't finished. So
Oh, that's right. It'll be in there somewhere.
I think so. Yeah, good chance. Standard category.
There's a bin around somewhere, I think. It should be there.
I definitely didn't throw it out the window. I'm confident of that.
So I could have used my fourth threat that I submitted in the last game. She would have been amazing. But that's all right.
So how does this finish in the Marvel Crosses protocol, mate?
3 wins, 2 losses, and a draw. So 3
Just
one,
over.
very nice.
Just over.
1-2 games today to just really like submarine it.
Nice
So
spread.
how's the judging been going?
No, this was just started, and they're just going through the first cut right now. So this
How
is
do we feel about the natural light coming out?
Look, we had the natural light yesterday, and then the cloud cover came over and it sort of went away.
Yep.
Fortunately, we're not judging any of the Masters stuff yet. So I think by the time we move on to Masters, that natural light will have mostly dissipated.
Where is the mask?
That red line there, you can't really see it, but there's a red bit of paper there that separates the two categories.
Yeah, okay. So those are in standard.
Everything down there is in standard, yes.
Some people need to like punch themselves in the face if they
Check
think those are
themselves
standard.
before they wreck themselves. Well, this is all stuff that's in standard, so...
Cool.
if you'd like to see what's happening on the stream, just trundle around the back and have a look at what's happening
That's
right
all
now.
right. I know. Magnificent.
You do look magnificent. You're a rooster.
Can I jump these down somewhere?
And we'll go and have a quick chat to Nat. Nat, how do you feel about the judging process? We're not in Masters yet, so your pieces aren't under review. But how do you feel about this process?
I only just got here.
Well, that's a good answer to my question. Thank
Really
you.
good start. But otherwise, even just from previous years, it's one of those things where it's a little nerve-wracking to watch everything start to get pieced out into what makes the cut. But it's a really nifty step in terms of seeing what elements are kind of the critical pieces to making the cut.
Did I just hear your pieces made it?
Huh?
Is your piece on the table?
Oh, I don't know. It's not there anymore, so it must be.
Well, let's go find it. Go tell me if it's on there. I'm excited to know. Let's see. What is it? A dog?
It's a dog.
Is it this little dog here?
Yes, that's it. It's that little dog there.
In the medal contention at the moment. Exciting times. So we're going to have approximately 2 hours to judge standard and approximately 2 hours to judge masters. So we'll see how we go for time.
We're getting through it.
We're absolutely doing a wonderful job, friends. Very pleased. Nice. Alright, so very soon I'm going to switch off my mic and you're not going to hear my voice anymore, and you'll just be hearing from the judges directly. But while I'm here, does anyone have any questions they'd like me to answer about this process or what's happening right now? Go, Crip Shadow. That is determined by the entrants themselves. We do not determine that. The entrant decides if they would like to be in Masters or Standard, and we put them in that category, and that is all. Woof woof.
The Gucci print Imperial. Yeah, like made a little gold like Cuban chain to put around its neck. I don't play Warhammer. I don't care about the lore. So it's like almost 5 big models. Lily Vuitton, like Gucci. So Gucci on the
Alright, I'm just going to have a little look through the things and see how I feel about it. It's cool. Oof, love to see a diorama. Ooh, diorama. That one's looking at these guys doing this. We have this one looking at the models when they start talking about it. We have this one looking at the judges. Professional setup, mate. Pro streamers right here.
We have to get loose some magic and then we can watch the judging.
Where'd you get a white shirt from? Oh, that's a sticker.
Yeah.
How did that guy get a white shirt?
Yeah, no, we don't have it.
Kaylin, don't be jealous of my feet, alright?
You on?
Yes, I do.
How can she not be?
Kaylin, I get many awards for my feet. These are absolute rippers. I'm gonna get them on screen for you right now, just so you want to have a nice close look at the big clodhoppers.
You can make money on Twitch with those.
I do, mate. I make good coin for these bad boys. There's a running gag in our group that they always take pictures of my feet because I never wear shoes. I feel like Peter Jackson. I'm like a hobbit.
I was saying, I think it's creatively is
Yeah.
really quite interesting.
Yep.
But I don't know if it's there in terms of quality.
It's probably on the border maybe, but yeah, leave it off for the moment. You can come back afterwards. Thoughts on this?
I haven't actually had it.
That one's probably worth a dibble dabble.
So, is that?
It is, yeah. Do you want to talk or do you want to ask a question?
No, we're moving most likely cuts to here. We're moving commendeds to the middle shelf.
Okay,
and
great.
This is also most likely cuts, but we haven't been through everything.
Yep, that's fine. It's all looking good. Table's filling up, which is nice. All right, friends, I'm going to disappear right now, so I will be offline, but we will be kicking onwards. I will answer these questions from Scars, and I will answer this question from the Real Cat. Yes, I could beat all of them in a freestyle rap battle easily. I mean, first of all, Dave, he's not related to anyone famous, so I'd have him covered. I don't know, Kyle, he's a school teacher, he's got nothing, and Will's from the UK, which means we're automatically better than him. Scars, we answered this question earlier, but we do not determine the categories that people enter. That is fully determined by the individuals. We do not influence that whatsoever. We're happy to provide feedback and a recommendation, but we do not provide any determination for them. If someone wants to enter standard, we absolutely support that. If someone wants to enter masters, we absolutely support that. And finally, would Golden Demon return to Oz? In an ideal world, I think more competitions in Australia would be wonderful. So yes, we would absolutely love that. All right, friends, I'm switching off, but we will still be continuing the judging, and they'll be sitting down and starting their discussions very soon.
I can tell some of them.
You'll find out tomorrow what I'm going to get. The number is very close.
Do I want to order a piece of present and ship it to them? Or do I want to show it? Pick up some cat. Great one. Send it to Dragon.
Oh no, I want to leave home. I can't say. I know you might get him out of here. Because I realised last year
Although tomorrow might this will go back on display.
Yeah, I like that. Is that a medal? Professional.
I might do a disclaimer about us being a bit harsh because we need to. Like if we sound harsh, yes.
Sorry about that camera being in your face.
Are we having clip on with the mics?
That is picking up your sound, hopefully.
How many do you want?
So are we live?
Yeah.
I can hear us.
Live the whole time. Yeah.
Hello everyone.
Lined up?
Just want to say before we get going, as judges we have to try and find the good and the bad. So if it sounds like we're picking things apart too harshly, that's just how we're finding things, and just take that as the critique, and we'll go from there. So
And I think there's been, like, we just looked at it as quite a high standard in standard.
In standard already,
with
yeah.
Having
It's
having
going to be
look
fun.
and deliberate over a lot of things, like, already.
Already.
All right, well,
He's starting from back.
David, do you want to take it away?
No. So Apocalypse Survivor here. I think we must have been starting from the bronze end, or maybe the high end in the bronze.
Yeah.
I think because there's quite a lot to do, the first thing we should do with every model we see is just each say where we think it falls. So I'm just going to go straight away bronze, you say.
I think bronze.
Yeah. Look, I think it's probably teetering on bronze. I think there's some things that are done well, like the visor.
Yeah,
and
visor is.
even some of the metallics, like this sort of semi-sheen and stuff like that. But there's some stuff that just doesn't work.
Could
as well.
so it could be at the bottom end of bronze, and it may be defined by where we define the line of bronze.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of risks taken in this model, which I think elevated as well. So, thank you for...
Yeah, turn around. I didn't actually see the back. Yeah, so he's done like a few little...
The wrench is good, there's texture in the denim, the hair. I think the plinth is appropriately sized and the colour is nice. I think there's things to like about this.
I would like to see more like different contrasting, variable contrasting the textures. It's very samey in all the different materials.
The overall volume is being described.
And like the hair is painted in the same way as the other areas. So like there's dark areas in the areas of the hair that could use highlights, like see here. Even though it's a crease on the model, you can just still paint that a much brighter colour than these dark blacks. It's just something that you notice. The metals on the gun are nice, but I think we can put this at the bottom end of bronze for now. So that goes on the bottom end over there.
Alright.
Pick up this vampire next.
Yeah, I really like, you pointed this out to me, Dave, like it's really, when you look at it up close, it's really clean, it's heavy metal style.
This one's bronze or silver to me straight out.
Yeah.
So high bronze for now, I think, and we'll categorise it later. It's very clean, the edge highlighting is perfect.
Line works really nice on it.
I think one thing that I know water is hard, but that sort of bubble over the skull, if the person could kind of resolve it a little bit better somehow. Like, I don't think it's really detracting because the paint job's so well.
And the model gets in the way so you can hardly see it, but it does when you get it onto this like angle here when the reflection slides up.
But I think the red's clean, the colour combination, the metallics are done in that really heavy metal type of metallic style.
The focus is the focus is there, like clearly that's a...
Yeah, I think you're right. I think, for me, bronze, and then we can have another look if you think it wants to.
Yep.
Think it should go on.
So,
we got the little
bronze?
Yeah.
On the card, yep.
Yeah, can we put it like
so
between
if you guys want to put stuff here and just let me know and I'll move it down.
Yeah, easy.
So this one's bronze for me again, maybe a higher bronze.
Yeah, it's got lots of beautiful elements. Like the base is really
Colour
cool.
choices are nice. The consistency.
Yeah, I
is
think
good.
I think bronze.
I like the little details.
There's the little bits of freehand and stuff in there.
And the person's gone to the effort of, you know, creating different like sort of things like rust and like little red dot or yellow dots and stuff like that. And,
Yeah. Something that can elevate it that stands out to me, and something is a bit of a pet peeve of mine, is tufts just stuck on.
Yeah.
If you're going to put tufts on and they're going to stand out this much, it's better to put them on before you paint it, and then paint them with the model
So you
rather
blend
than
it
just
in.
plop them on.
Even at the end, give them a little dry brush or something over the top.
Yeah, even just something like that, or even a wash just to like integrate the bottom section.
I mean, one thing I'd like to see is that like you've got so much like sort of wetness, I guess, on the floor, but then the mouth. If you're going to put gloss on it, you may as well start bringing gloss in other parts.
Yeah, that's very true.
Very good point. Yeah.
I like the build-up of volumes in the skin. They've definitely put work into seeing where those shapes are and how they're
And I like that the goblin's so bright. Like, you know, like it's really like limey.
Yeah. I like this one. This one's a high bronze, maybe silver.
Yeah, I'll put it there.
Bronze. Thanos. This is quite a big model. Now, I picked up this one. I'm not sure about this one. What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, I didn't even look at it.
Yep.
But I'm looking at it right now.
Yep.
And I think that like you turn it around the back, that non-metallic really quite works.
Yep.
And the colours, the nuance of colours in it and stuff like that.
So the non-metallics are very unorthodox, but they are nice.
Yeah.
And they look like the colours in there are very creative in terms of.
How's the face?
Gloss in
Like
the teeth.
Yeah, the face is it. It's difficult at this scale because so much of it is actual sculpted detail.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true.
This is tricky. This is a tricky one. This is probably a low bronze, I think. There's just certain things. I don't know though. It's the size that makes me.
But look,
trip out.
I think that in terms of someone, I don't know who's painted it, I don't know their story, whatever, but it's like, let's just pretend maybe the last one was a gaming miniature and they've gone and done this.
Yeah.
Like that's big kudos to it. Like painting something of this scale.
It's a huge risk.
Yeah. And you can tell they've put a lot of effort into this, like, you know, trying to stagger the NMM into ways to make him really feel in an environment. I'd keep this in bronze.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a bronze candidate.
Yeah, I think
Low
for what
bronze.
they were trying to achieve
But
there with
bronze.
that much metallic is good.
Handing us something that's a bit more standout, I think.
Yeah.
This one goes silver straight to my head.
I think that there's some really good elements. That sword is really cool.
Yep. And the cleanliness of the armor, the the true metallic metal golds, they're really cleanly done. The base is fantastic.
Yeah.
And even the tufts that have been stuck on, they're not so out of place. Like here, maybe a little bit. They could be painted. It would elevate it a bit more.
But I think it's a game base done really right.
Yeah.
And it hasn't,
really good base.
The pigment stuff there.
Yeah, and this person hasn't added anything extra to elevate it. It's just a standard model, from what I understand. I don't know. I actually haven't seen it, but the tufts are done. Yeah, I think you're right. And is the script work done? Like that's all freehand?
Yep. Yeah, that's really really well done. This is definitely a high silver already, I think. So
I'd go silver.
Yeah, I think you're on the money there.
Cross hatching in the texture on the cloak.
The cloak is really nice on the back.
Yeah, this is a high silver.
Yeah. I think, like, just looking at it, I think you could, like, in terms of taking it to that next level, this could be done a little bit better. But in terms of, I think,
and the true metallics could just maybe have a couple of different tones, like maybe a purple wash in some sections, or get some orange reflections from the some stuff like that. Who knows?
But I mean, look at that. I mean, imagine if he games with that.
Yeah,
Like,
that's how can you put that on the table?
You'd
I
love
would
to
not
see
be
that.
afraid to touch it. This one,
I'd say bronze.
Yep, straight bronze.
I can see
I
where
like
they're
that.
going.
I can see where they're going for it. The technical level isn't as high as I would like.
Yeah, I think there's something lacking in terms of the lighting.
Yeah, I really like these
quills or whatever.
the orange
Yeah.
quills, and then the contrast to the purple of the bird creature, and then
Yeah.
the blue bird. Like
So-
that's a good triad of colour.
And it makes it
Yeah,
pop,
exactly. You can see they were going for that contrast between the blue and the purple. But I think there's been so much purple, monotone
Have
colours.
a look,
purple in the blue as
have a look
well.
at it just as it's straight on from the bird through to the eyes. The face is really well done on that angle.
Yeah.
Have a look at it.
I think for me, there's a few issues. Like the
This
teeth
area
are
is-
way too white.
Yep,
They're
yep.
very standouty.
Yeah, and the black lining in between them is too black. Like you'd want to maybe sort of put some dark purples or magenta
Yeah.
reds in there because it, it's
Just
just
a-
kind of going into the
Yeah,
into
like
the
a
mouth.
light wash of something just to tone it back.
Nails been done?
They are just flat black. It looks like flat black to me.
And I think this area could be more interest.
Yeah.
Because there's so much textural detail there that even just a slight nuance of colour or something would
Yeah,
really.
that's, for me, the skin is.
Yeah.
Yes, you can spotlight it by just going more darker purples on the periphery, for example. That's probably a bit advanced for thinking about, but that's just something I was thinking.
I think there's some good parts, like this little bird is great.
And the
like you're
face,
saying,
the face
quills.
from this angle, the face
Yeah.
from straight on, if the camera can see that, I
And even
feel
the
like
purple,
that's really nice.
purple to red in here is quite an interesting.
That's a bronze though.
Bronze.
Where's the little? Oh, it's got a thing on it. Yeah.
Got a number on it. We've got a couple squads here.
I got some here as well. Do you want this lightsaber
Yeah,
person?
those ones.
Those squads are going to be tricky to handle, so
Yeah, we can maybe look at one and then.
It's another one that I just hadn't seen. It's actually quite an interesting.
This is a high bronze, low silver, straight
Yeah.
out for me.
Just from the way they've done the pink.
Yeah, the armor's really quite nice.
And I like the contrast with the green hair. The face is nice. I haven't seen this kind of like stuff done for
like the
lightsabers
Necron,
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
actually quite cool.
It suits it. I think the base you could do a little bit more
Yeah,
on the base.
the base could be done more. The smoke is a bit rushed, maybe. The metals are in here, and the energy packs here are good.
But I think in terms of what it's done right, it's a bronze for sure in terms of paint.
I'm very
Yeah.
impressed by the
High
pink
bronze.
armor, yeah.
Yeah.
High bronze, maybe silver.
Pink's a difficult colour to get that.
Can we bronze on the border?
High silver,
Yeah.
right? High bronze to silver.
Yeah.
Cozy. Now, we already discussed this one a little bit over there.
Yeah, I think what I was saying is like you see this so much, and
This model is really, really good.
yeah, how much of it is the sculpt that is elevating the paint job, or how much of it is the painter's choice and artistic choice of the volumes, I guess.
Yeah.
I do like the monochromatic. I think the
I
color.
love this.
Yeah.
Love part in the.
I think the monochromatic is really
a good idea.
Really good.
Yeah.
I like the monochromatic, but I think the face stands out a little too much compared to the rest of it.
Yeah.
We might have to put this in commended, I think, at the
Or you could
technical
even,
level.
like in terms of like feedback, I think you could even make it pop a little bit more. Like if you're going to do this, you could have just a swipe of really red lipstick or
That would be a good idea.
eyeshadow.
Have that
Yeah.
matching the monochrome of the rest.
And to make this area stand out a bit more, again, I'm going to probably say this too many times, but like you could spotlight it a little bit by taking these areas into a more magenta or a purple. It doesn't change the color. It would be really, you can do it really subtly without changing the color.
You can see they've begun to build that overall volume.
Yeah, I think this
already there.
person's got real potential.
Push it a
I
little
think
bit
also like maybe they've started with some textures, but it would be nice to see how you could create an interesting texture on the cup.
Yeah.
Because the cup is very flat.
Yeah.
And then
And just some of these these blends on the main sections of the face, a little bit more time needs to be spent on those. I think just that might elevate it to bronze for me.
Look, I would err on the side of giving it a bronze, but I can
Okay.
understand your decision.
Let's leave it low bronze and see where the cutoff point is.
Okay.
I think because I do like this.
What this person's done right is like they've gone for an ambitious type of. It's hard. It's restraining.
It's
You know, when
very
you start
risky and
painting,
hard to
restrain
to go
yourself
straight
by
to this
so much.
decision, yeah.
And then the lighting on the hair is done really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. The skin is a bit patchy in places, but is it enough to like really drag it down?
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. You okay with that?
I think it's on the line between clean and bronze.
Yeah, yeah. We can decide once the line is set. But
Yeah.
Okay.
we'll pick one or two of these just to look at.
I'll just go straight for the commander. So there's a whole squad of these. Will might like
Hey, do you
poke
want
them
me
in
to-
from the
can I
side.
have one?
Yeah, you want
Thank you. Oh, you take that. The boss.
The boss. These are really. God, this is so creative.
At least like, yeah.
You can see even on the shoulder
Push it
pads,
into the-
they've got the sort of fabric curtain, like.
That's all custom work, right? It has to be. I don't know where it's come from.
Yeah, look, I don't know what these are.
Maybe it's like cake decoration pieces or something. I don't know. It looks like it's probably just full custom though.
Yeah.
I love it.
They've got that
It's so
cutesy
cool.
anime type.
The cat
theme to
ears.
them.
Yeah.
I love the creativity. And
This
the
is
colour scheme is
a
just.
low silver, high bronze, straight out
Yeah.
for me.
Do you think that? I don't know. Like, do you think the same, almost similar as the last one? Do you think the sculpt work is elevating it? When
I think the sculpt and the idea elevate it.
But
Technically,
yeah,
I think
it is a painting competition. But
Yeah.
this isn't the sculpt work of
the color choice.
And the person did this most likely did sculpt work. It is at least conversion, whereas Cozy
Yeah.
was just straight out like
Yeah.
the model as
Yeah.
it is. They built these conversions, so that's got to count for
Yeah,
something.
but I just think in terms of what could you really do here? But the flatness of like the sort of this skirt or whatever it is.
Yeah, stipple texture maybe.
The painting
Don't know.
do
But-
let it down by
So
comparison.
are you thinking silver?
I think more bronze,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
I'm open to hearing
I'm a
your-
low silver, high bronze.
I'd go for bronze as well. I love the idea. I think it's super creative, but
Yeah.
the painting maybe isn't quite enough to push it up to silver.
Yeah, and this is a painting competition, so
I think the
I
colour
might be
scheme-
I might be weighting it a bit more on the coolness of the conversation.
I think the color scheme is really cool. Like the color scheme is really awesome.
Yeah.
But it's like, how much could be done if you just elevate it a little bit more with elements. And there's certain things like everything. It's difficult to paint this much detail and do it neatly, but it'd just be nice to see, some.
Yeah, there is some of the lines could use a little bit.
But
more
maybe also let me
refinement.
take another one. Maybe I've got you have a look at this one. Maybe I'm just took the one that's like the one that shouldn't be looked at. I don't know. Like look at a different one.
I like this plate with the
I like
pizza
that.
cat
That's-
on it. Like, I
that's
wonder if
cute.
this is samurai pizza cats.
I have no idea what it is, but it is creative and it's fun.
Alright, let's put that in bronze for now.
Bronze,
High bronze.
we got a 56.
I'll get this squad out of the way. I'll move over a little bit so I can get close to the camera. Alright, so now these aren't blue tacked down. To the person, if you're watching this, next time you do a squad like this, please just blue tack them into. Oh, they are. Okay, they are blue tacked down. Alright, well, I was wrong. Don't listen to me.
Like I think for me, these there's more depth in the robes compared to those
Yeah,
last ones.
these
we saw.
straight away go silver to me.
Yeah.
Can I have a look?
Go for it. And then look at this banner.
Yeah, I was very impressed by the banner. I like the banner.
Yeah, you're right, and it's ambitious to do 10 of them. The gold is really quite nicely done. It's
very clean. There's no brush control is really nice.
I think some
that
elements
lines.
are really nicely done, heavy metal type of style.
Yeah.
But then they've used their own type of take on the robes, and the robes actually really the depth of those.
I really like the pink on the robes.
Yeah.
Again, the tufts. I don't want to harp on about it too much, but the same
But Dave,
thing
I
as
think
before.
you're right. You're right on the money. I think these are I was like, oh, bronze, and then the more you look at it, the more I'm like, I can see exactly what you're talking about.
Like
Yeah.
the metallics, I'm quite impressed with the metallics because they can often go wrong quite easily. Especially on army stuff when you don't have the time to spend putting it together.
And even though they're quite detailed, the person's chosen the right type of finish on every single part.
Yeah, and they've spent so much time on this. So this is impressive. It makes me want to go and buy these models and paint them myself.
And
I
overall,
really,
the cohesion
really
of
like
the
these.
Sultana is great as well.
Pass me the card, my friends. You're doing a great job. Thank you.
This one's going to be tricky. This one's
Yeah.
going to be real tricky.
I love the idea. I think it is
do
a huge risk and it is a tough one to try and pull off.
I tell you my issue with I think I was like, let's have a chat about this. But
Yeah.
I think now looking at it, and love to discuss it. I think even if you're doing this type of style of like lighting, monochromatic type of style, there's still different textures. You can't render the face the same as the shirt.
Yeah, so that's the main thing that stands out to me, is that all of the coloured areas are the same, and that's the hardest part of painting these kind of two-tone things, is that you've got to try and differentiate the fabric and the materials by painting them different tones of blue and different amounts of contrast in different textures, so
and
that
I think
you can
also
differentiate those things.
I'm trying to think of a nice way to put this. It's like it's obviously like a stylistic choice or like a thing to do, but I think that even with that, if you want to elevate it, like you've got this beautiful little focus here that has just been ignored, this like cigarette thing.
Yeah. That could have been a different colour.
Yeah.
And then, like producing its own light, and then that's a big challenge, like going third light source, and maybe it's a light that's
I don't think you need to have it lighted, but just like something like how much would it stand out if you have this two-tone and then you look at that and it's something different? You go, oh wow, let me have a look at that.
Yeah.
If you look at it from each light direction, is there any?
I think the blue works better.
See, I think the orange works.
I think if
you look at it from
works
just the orange, I think it's a lot clearer where it's being picked out and not picked out.
So where does this go though?
I think
bronze.
I think bronze. I think the idea is an incredibly tough idea, and I think it's, damn good try.
Yeah, I don't think it's enough of an idea to push it up further.
Bronze.
Bronze.
This one I was interested in too, because there's elements that are just done so
there's elements of this that are gold,
and then some that just sort of look like they're just not at the same level.
I like the texture work, the difference between the patterns.
These patterns here, the textures.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love them.
Gold, all the way. The hair. It really bugs me because it just does not fit to the rest of it. Like it lets it down.
And I know it's a very subdued model, but I think the hair still needs to elevate. You've chosen a colour, whereas everything's dark. You need to then just pump it up even more.
The non-metallics here is okay. The face is okay.
Yeah.
The face is good, even gold. Maybe
I think the face could do it with a little bit more depth, like lighting.
Yeah.
The shadows are fantastic. The shadows are amazing. But I think the
scar is well defined, it's realistic, but the hair lets it down so much. The hair is perhaps like low silver.
Yeah.
But the rest is gold. So how does this sit?
I think
then?
some of these parts could be better defined as well.
Yeah, the metal here, it makes it end up being a fairly flat section that's right in the middle.
Yeah.
Silver.
Can I get a look at the other side of the face?
And some of these are kind of, if you've done this much texture on this part, maybe it's really give this a nice treatment of texture on these leather straps. I don't know. I can't really see it up close.
No,
so
they have.
They do have little
it's
bits.
like I can't think of the word.
I know what you're talking about. The back, like a backpack strap.
Yeah, backpack strap. Yeah. But, it is there. It's just hard to see.
Is that blue from the other side? Is that carried on to? I don't think it's carried on to the rest of the
that. Yeah, I mean it's dark. It's darker, but it's not blue. Like it doesn't have that blue
So they
depth.
put the effort to have that blue.
This is more blue on this side than maybe.
They've got that sort of rim-like blue coming onto the face, but they've.
And I think also you've got the lighting here, but then if you pull the coat, in theory, I assume the lighting on the face should then darken this part here.
Yeah.
I'd say silver for me.
Yeah, silver.
Yeah. Okay. Let me have a quick, just one quick. Yeah, the texture's done so right. Yeah, silver.
Thank you. Bronze straight out for me. The model is far above the base.
Yeah.
The model could almost reach into silver.
The skin work around the legs I'm particularly interested in.
And it's so small. Can I just have a quick look? Yeah, I mean the base, some elements are done, like it's a very interesting idea for a base.
Yeah.
I would love it if it was done a little bit sort of more refined and maybe a few more rocks and stuff like that. But in terms of the overall package, it still works for what it needs to do.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, I think some like that, especially this wing. I don't know if you can see that one. You can't even see it on the screen. All right. Yeah, especially this wing, I think could be like better, like refined, I guess.
On the backside.
Yeah.
We probably need to be a bit sharper per model, just for time
Faster?
purposes. Yeah, just
Okay,
a
so-
tiny bit. It's
so
a good
we-
discussion. So I
we'll
know
start
you're
calling out
understanding the
things.
paces.
Yeah.
But we probably need to speed up a tiny bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll start calling out what we think, and if we agree.
Okay. I think for
bronze.
me this is yeah.
I'd say bronze. I like the skin
And,
icon.
and we'll start doing that, and if we all agree, we don't need to discuss things so much. We've started to define things.
Look, I think
silver.
Yeah. I think there's some really great. Just to speak quickly, like I think there's some really great elements. The base. This is phenomenal. This like icicle type of eye or whatever it is here. The checks. But yeah, I think
the pattern. Yeah, the checks.
It's just a really nicely painted model. Like the textures, the definition
Yep.
between materials,
Yep.
it's all really good.
Definitely talk about things that you like, right?
Yeah.
Don't just be like silver
No
and
worries.
move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
this one I put this here because I thought that the lighting was really interesting and the
I like-
color.
yeah.
But there's obviously a lot of issues in terms of how it's been finished.
Technical finish.
Yeah.
Bronze.
Yeah, I was putting it on the fence of like that's why I wanted to see what you thought about it.
I agree. I think bronze.
I do really like this bright green and the glow. It's done well, and it doesn't overwhelm the rest of the colours. Like this is still the main.
Yeah,
The
it
main
doesn't-
part of the model, like it doesn't. Sometimes when this is done poorly, and that elevates like some of the technical standards, just needs more practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean,
Look, I think it's and
this
under
is-
the light also, it actually looks better than
Better
actually
than
in the
over
north.
there.
Yeah, so I think if
Yep.
a bronze.
I'm happy
yeah.
with bronze.
Very good. Good work, team.
Thank you. This is another one that I picked up. I thought that like the base is quite interesting. This dirty, like whitish type of stuff.
It's really, really difficult to make something so subtly coloured, interesting,
Yeah.
so interesting. This goes high bronze silver in my head.
I like the desaturated
Yeah.
colour scheme on it.
And it works for, like, if you know, like, I don't really know much about the character, but I know it's from Necromunda, which is a dingy type of, like, atmosphere.
Screen with a crack painted on here, nice little detail. To elevate it a bit higher, we could get some better painting on the, like this is just dry brushed.
Yeah.
And it holds back the whole piece, I think, because everything
These
else
parts
is done
are so,
better than
like, really nice and dusty.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see this dustiness brought into the base as well.
Yeah. But this is, what do you think, silver or bronze? I think it's at least a high bronze, but I think
I would go silver.
Can I have a
just
quick look? Sorry, it's not on camera.
primarily
I just
for
wanna-
the model because that desaturated colour scheme is really nicely.
and it's really hard to do.
Yeah, it's-
I'm thinking silver too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I mean, I don't know how you feel about this. I feel like this could have been, and it's not a difficult thing to do to sand that, just to make it
Things like the plinth,
cleaner.
yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, in terms of the paint job, the atmosphere, I think, yeah. Silver?
Silver.
I'm happy with silver, yeah.
Got one.
Yep.
It's clean.
Very clean.
Yeah.
Silver straight out in my head.
I really like it.
Technical level isn't quite up to gold standard yet.
Yeah.
No.
But the eyes are nice, colour scheme is nice, white hair, it's balanced.
I think nice soft volumes on it. I like.
This is different to the cozy because the cozy had a lot of lighting and interest, but the technical wasn't there.
Yeah.
Whereas the technical on this is here,
Yeah.
but it just needs that elevation of lighting, I think, to take it up to that next
Ambience
level.
and feeling to give it a bit of a sense of place.
Yeah.
So the colour choices are good, but maybe if it just, I don't know, even just for example, she's got red skin. Instead of shading the white with blues, the white hair could be shaded with reds.
Yeah.
There is a tiny little bit there, I think, or is that just reflection? No, there is a tiny little bit painted in there, but they could go further with that.
There's something I really like this colour, but I think it's too flat on the gold.
Yeah.
I think the colour choice is good, but it's too flat.
And the same with the horns, there is still a bit too flat black as well, but straight silver to me.
I go silver on that.
Yeah.
wants ghosts.
Silver. This one I'm interested in because I picked up or had a look at it, and I was like, I don't think it made the cut. So I'm interested to see.
Yeah. This is probably going into commended for me, but it's close. So close.
The non-metallic is actually quite nice.
And the hair is well done from the side here, this side.
I think there's just something that it's like, and I'm sorry the person's probably going to watch this, and it's a rude word to say, but it seems really lifeless. Like it just doesn't have that life in the skin.
And they've done this cold on this side, on this side, warm on this side, but it's so subtle that you can't even really tell that it's there.
It needs to be pushed a bit more.
Yeah. I just think you need some nuance. Like it's a red-hotted like barbarian like dwarf type of thing. Some redness in the nose and some different like just colour. I think would be interesting in the skin.
Yeah, I'd put this in commended. I think.
Like you said, it's very close.
I want to commend the artist, the person who did this, to keep working, because this is just a matter of just practice.
Yeah.
Because this kind of stuff is really hard to pull off, but I love the fact that they're even thinking about it already, like the cold and the warm side.
Exactly. And you can see
It just needs to be implemented just a little bit better.
Do you want to just put it on commended and we can come back to it?
Commended,
Yeah?
Commended, come back.
That was the middle shelf,
Yeah, middle shelf.
I picked this one up. I just thought it was very interesting colour scheme.
This is an arty kind of interesting one.
And I think that there's quite a lot of depth in this, even though it looks quite flat, but if you look at it closer, there is quite a bit of interesting nuance, I guess.
think high bronze or silver for me.
I'm in bronze.
Bronze?
Yeah. Do you think, do you think the paintwork, the definition is strong enough to push it over to silver from bronze?
The thing that for me that makes it stand back is that there is no light. And maybe it's not quite artsy enough to get away with it, because they have given it volumes in certain places, but I get the sense that there's light because of this orange here, then the purple, and then this is the same colour here as on the front.
I think this is one thing that we'll get more into masters, but it's like you can go the artistic route, but you still also have to remember it's not a canvas. Like it needs to still be defined by, I guess, miniature parameters.
Yeah, it is a 3D.
It's something that we can turn around and see, and I like this. I really like where this artist is going. But it's a high bronze.
Yeah. Look, I just one bit of feedback, like it's not detracting from the piece, but just cleaning that up as well.
Yeah. Bronze.
If you can't see it on the camera, there's a bit of super glue.
But I think the colour, I think it's definitely bronze.
Colour, yeah.
Do you want to grab from?
Do you want
This one. The silver snow. I think it's a high bronze.
Yeah, it's very loose. Like the concept, the colour, the idea of the two-tone and stuff like that. But it's just not refined enough for me.
Things like the face especially. I really like the work they've done on this non-metallic metal, and the effort they're making is really nice. The hair feels in the same vein as what we've discussed before. It needs to be defined more as hair. I don't know, this is just what I'm saying off the cuff, but I think maybe a different colour for the hair might have worked. Like give it a little bit of brown maybe.
Yeah, I think there's too much white, because there's so much white in this jumpsuit that I think you need to turn back the white on that.
If it's just painted the same way with a bit of brown, it might differentiate it as hair a bit more. But I'm not saying that there's that everywhere white is a bad thing.
I think the skin, it's the same as the dwarf situation. The skin needs to be more life put in it, like the ears, the nose, like bringing it to life a bit more.
I like a lot of the placement on the non-metallic.
It's well thought out.
Yeah.
That's why, like my eyes just go bang silver, and then when I started to look at it a bit closer, it did drop it down.
I always I thought of in bronze, and I was just interested to see what you.
I'm happy for bronze.
Very good, well done.
Oh, this one, I quite like this one.
Yeah, this one's a high up one. This could be gold. This could be our first gold. We haven't had any golds yet, have we?
No.
No. Have we? No, we haven't.
I love the saturation in those greens compared to the skin tone of the baby there.
Yeah.
Love it.
These
Love everything
little,
about
these
it.
little lines on the eyes.
Yeah, this is a gold to me.
Yeah.
I'm going straight there.
Yeah, and the baby, like this is actually...
It's probably a low gold, depending on where some of the others sit. But like,
I think
the colour of the bird.
this, for me, it just jumps over the cusp of gold.
Yeah.
But I think even this is what we're talking about. Like, I really apologise for always saying he. I'll really try and pull back, but I don't know. I mean, it could be male, female.
It does look like a male,
but it's this has got more life in this baby than some of the other ones we've seen.
It's a really nice focal point as well. Like they clearly define
this is a
that.
beautiful piece.
I like the plinth as well.
Really
it's such a great choice.
Look at the face.
I think
comfortable in the gold.
Makes me emotional.
I think this is where we're starting to say, well, it's probably not quite Masters level, but it's good
from a technical
this is
standpoint.
our first gold. Really like this. Makes me emotional. Well done.
I think the colours are beautiful on that.
Oh, this is so weird. What the hell?
It's the scale, man.
But I think the colour choice is really quite interesting. The
I'm going
transition.
straight to silver in my head.
I really like the skin and the light placement on the skin. It's really nice, the colour as well.
I would like to see more shininess.
Yeah.
Like it's a snail coming out.
It could be great if it was just glossy.
You could be really gross with it.
Yeah.
And have some like dribbling drool lines or bits of like slime coming down.
That would really make it jump up. I'd love that.
Yeah, I think the face and the horns are really well done, but I think the skin could do with just a slight bit more.
There is like red life up in here, and then it really quite dramatically just shifts to this desaturated brown, and that's a good thing. Like you want to have saturated tones up here, but maybe just a bit more gradual of a change.
Yeah.
See how there's quite like these pinks up here. If there's a bit, it is there.
Yeah.
Just wanted a bit more gradual, but this is a silver for me.
Yeah.
Yep, silver.
This is going well.
I'm enjoying this. It's good.
This is another one where I picked it up and I was like, the
This is
non-metallic.
on the borderline of
but I think there's some like the gold non-metallic is really nicely done. The blue I think has to be. Oh, sorry, it's not blue. It's the silver. It's too blue, I think.
And the reds are a fair bit flat, unfortunately. And this is flat too.
I think when you compare the gold on the chest to the helmet, understandably it's a bigger object, bigger shape. It's harder to do, but I don't know.
It's just. There are some really good things about it, especially I get the feeling they painted these things last on this model, and they've learned over the course of the model and improved that much already just painting this model.
And I think also there could be some more interest, like the eyes are just white, you could put some glow or even just a colour or something. Or maybe just some more depth in this like skull. Like it's a skull, right? So it's not going to be pristine. Or maybe it's pristine. I don't know what the choice you want to do, but you can always add more depth to it, I think.
So this goes commended to me.
I was going to say, because I was like, oh, maybe it's bronze, and then I think,
it's...
I got one.
Yeah.
I really like this piece.
Silver is my first impression.
Yeah, it's got some
nice
challenging
dark.
sort of lighting between the two sides.
I'd like to see less glossiness in the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Glossiness is fine on the light side, but it gives your brain a bit of a cognitive dissonance when you see glossiness in a shadow like that, but that's a small thing. I like the colour and the tones in the face of the ferret.
Thing,
I think the colour choices overall you got red, green, you got orange.
This is a silver, mid silver.
Yeah, I guess silver on that.
Yeah, and I think it's just another one. It's
The
like
ferret is my favourite.
I don't think it's not taking you over the line of gold or stopping you, but just this super mark, super glue mark.
The frosting.
Yeah, frosting. Yeah.
Silver.
Yeah.
Silver.
Silver. This is nice. Silver straight out. At least this could be a gold.
I think there's some really interesting. The skin is quite interesting in the way it's been rendered,
and like
the swords. Yeah, I saw those. Yeah,
sword rendering is definitely gold level. Definitely gold level in those swords.
It's kind of the line between.
They must have painted them last as well. I'm sure of it.
The fabric and the hair again. Kind of detract from it because.
And this arm. Wow, look
exactly.
at that.
The arm is is really nice. I love the gold, the non-metallic gold on there. Is nice and dark.
I think these kind of let it down, same as the hair. But maybe it's suffering from weight, like so much detail that it's almost starts getting impossible.
It's a very difficult.
I wonder if they ran out of time. I do wonder, because some of this stuff looks like it's been really quickly just bang, 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 like especially here.
There's a little plate in there. I really like the non-metallic on that.
Yeah.
I think for me,
this
is verging on too much of the same colours.
Yeah.
Like it's nice, but then I would have chosen this or this to be different.
Yeah, a bit more of an orange-brown here maybe, or maybe just slightly tonally change the skin by putting a bit more red and life into it.
I think
that it's tonally.
everything that it's done right is a gold level. Yeah. So it's just hasn't done enough.
Just needs to bring the rest of the things that haven't
quite
reached that.
I really get a sense that they ran out of time.
I think I would place a gold, but I can understand if you want to put in silver.
It's a high silver. It's definitely a high silver. Depending on where we place everything else, it could even be gold because parts of this are definitely gold.
Yeah.
This is one to talk about.
Yeah, this is the one that
you wanted to talk about. Yep.
Yeah, I just think it's such an interesting idea. Like I know it's not refined the best, but I think the glow, the colour, this sort of real dirty chalkiness really works for it for me.
So what was your first thought on where it should go?
I thought probably around about a silver.
Interesting. This could be where we're our first disagreement because I was going to cut this.
Yeah, well that's why I was like, have you seen this? And Dave, you're like, oh yeah.
It feels very flat to me in the character. Like the base is doing everything for it, and the oranges here feel quite flat. I would love to see.
Do you think that
more contrast?
I think the orange
see, when you do that,
it
takes so much away from it for me. Like this just looks so cool. Looks underwater chalky, like coral starting to grow over rocks or something, and the color of that glowing into the fish is really cool. This angle of the fish is painted better than the top, I think, and this is where we
I think the top, you could have more. Even because it's a fish, right? It's going to be shiny, colours. Just like a bit more white, reflective.
I would cut you in the middle and go bronze on that one.
Fair enough.
I just think it's a nice creative idea. I love the light, the playing with the light, but like you say, there is those like it's not gone high enough or saturated enough on the orange for it to really make the difference it needs to.
And I think not even necessarily saturation, it's just something to make this feel a little bit flat.
But I think that's the purpose of us discussing it, because I can understand your points of view, and like bronze is probably where it
looks better. It looks better from underneath. Like the painting on this is better than up here.
One bronze.
Athena.
Very tough model.
Yeah. But I just picked this up because there's some really interesting parts.
This was definitely right to.
But there's some parts that like the non-metallic here. Yes.
So this shield is definitely high bronze at least.
Yeah.
But here, why have you thought to do the blue here but not in the metal here?
Because I think that's refined a little bit better.
Yeah.
But this for me doesn't work.
I wish there was blue instead of black in this non-metallic metal here.
See, for me, I think I'd cut it. Just I love the creativity of the freehand.
It's commended. It's commended.
Yeah, I think it's it's a really good effort for what you've done right.
Shield is bronze.
But it's just
yeah.
And in terms of how you could refine it more than non-metallic,
the face as well for me is.
I think just smoothing out some transitions as well.
I can see in this person's work as well that they're learning and improving over the course of the model. I think you can see the things that they probably painted last was the shield, the spear, and they're the best parts in the model.
Yeah, it does.
And I think also, you guys are more the non-metallic.
I'm probably assuming, but
but you guys are more the non-metallic masters. But I think that if you're doing white dots, you need to make them smaller. That's such a strong bit of white. You need to have that reflection point much smaller in the white.
Yeah, and if I can give some feedback to people, which we'll talk about more in the class tomorrow. See how you've got the whites here, white the same, white the same, white the same, white the same, white the same. They're all the same level of value. With non-metallic metal, you have to do these different highlights to different value levels. So this main one, you want that to go up to white. But then say if 0 is black and 10 is white, then you want to take this one to maybe 7, this one here to a 5.
Yeah.
And then some of the ones reflecting at the back may go to a 7 or 8 or a 9, but having those different value levels on the different highlights
And I
is
think
really
this
important.
person, like, come and chase us down tomorrow. We can give you more feedback. But I think, I think it's a commended.
Commended.
Yeah,
commended.
Good call. Agreed.
I like this. So it goes straight bronze to me, maybe silver. Do you need to see it?
Can I have a
closer?
look? Yeah, I didn't even see this one, so it didn't register with me.
It's clean.
It is clean.
It needs a bit more contrast.
Sorry, let me see if I can. I am going to take it off. So I'm going to take it off and just have a look at it quickly. The skin is really nicely done. Yeah. The more you look at it, the more you can see.
Non-metallics are really nice.
Yeah. The more you look at it, the more you can see.
But for this person, I would suggest they work on their contrast levels.
Yeah, and also the basing.
Value contrast.
And you know, it could be for your gaming army, but that doesn't mean to say you can't put a couple of ammo boxes or skulls or something and just like zhuzh up this base a bit. I think.
Yeah, like the contrast in the non-metallics is just right.
Yeah.
And so you just need a bit more contrast. Like, see this base on the gun here? It looks like it's not painted or not finished, maybe. And there's some like metal bits on his hat that could be done.
Yeah.
I'd say bronze for the fact that if all the same love was showed to the whole piece in
Nice
every
work on
aspect,
this.
then that would really
bronze is fine.
Yeah. Let's do one of these
Three
ones.
ladies.
Yeah. These ones, the witches.
Now I really like this.
Yeah. I do too. I think that this is where I think I like a subdued or monochromatic type of look, and it's just hit it right with this orange, this bright orange, and everything else just.
The colour scheme is nicely done.
How do you feel?
Silver for me.
Silver for me.
Yeah. Let me have a quick look. I'll try to keep it on screen.
Like having that red string that connects them all is.
I think the string is such a great thing. I think this is when like choosing this sort of unconventional plinth has really helped it a lot.
Yeah. I love the runes.
Yeah.
And the consistency between, like, sometimes this would be a bad thing, the consistency of tonality between the three women.
Let me just put it. Yeah. I think that
I'll hold it now.
I think the runes could be better refined.
Yep. The lines
the
could
choice
be
of
better,
runes is really cool.
cleaner. Yeah. This is a silver.
Silver.
I love this. Love it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Could look at this for a
I
lot
think the
longer
skin
as
also,
well.
you could put more depth in the skin.
Yeah.
You know, the old ladies, I'm sure you could like have different sort of liver spots and all different sort of things on the skin. But
Good ideas.
look, I think that
Fingernails a bit better defined differently.
I think what the person's done right, they've done really well done.
Stippling maybe in the cloaks and stuff, but that's a silver.
Oh, I didn't even see this one.
This is nice. This is a silver straight out for me. Look at that. That's nice.
The lighting
Yeah,
on
the
the
glow.
blue lighting's done really nicely. And
Yeah.
I love the skin tone here, the sort of greenish, yellowish.
Yeah, yeah. But in saying that, this area looks unfinished.
Yep.
Yeah. Like that
Yeah.
bit of the tree, the blonde or whatever it is.
This is a silver.
I think what they've done right, they've done right. Like they've really done it.
The face is good. This area is so. Yeah. What would elevate this a bit more is this area down here is the focal point. You know what I mean? Like this is the highest value, where so you get pulled down here, and I want to look up here a bit more. But like
And I
the
do
hands
like-
and stuff are nice,
I
and
do
it
like
is
the slight interesting colour here. Look,
Yeah,
the thing and the
It is
purple.
getting
Yeah.
balanced a little bit, but I'd like to see just a little bit more balance in the
Can I just
face.
say one compositional thing? I think it needs to be higher. Like you want it to turn it around and look at the glowing elements, but it's so low to the plinth that it makes it hard to do that.
Or the plinth could just be a taller plinth.
I think you
Like
just need like a longer rod just to bring it up
just,
high.
just a little bit higher.
Silver?
Silver.
Yeah.
Silver. Do you want to go for this big one?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Techless. I've never seen this model in person, and this is just
Well, you'll never
freaking
forget it.
cool. So cool. Is it even fitting in the frame?
Probably
bring
not,
it down
honestly.
a bit.
Like that.
Yeah. We'll show off the animal
I'll try
first,
and
and we can
move
go
it
to
around.
techless.
This is a straight out silver for me.
Yeah, I think all the stuff that's done right is done right. Like, it's just so
the base is
nicely
good.
done, yeah.
The tufts, I'm not going to harp on it again, but the tufts I wish were integrated better.
I think this is a very. I know it's probably for a gaming model or whatever, but you need to
Mold
clean up
line.
this line very easy to, with putty or plastic glue or something, just clean that up. More depth a little bit in that as well.
I think silver.
Have they used metal
They've
paint?
used like a pearlescent.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
I was just
Love
about to
it.
say I really like that about it. It's fits the character, that sort of magical.
I could spend a lot more time.
You can see on the
looking at this
inside as well. They've
Yeah.
got that
And
green.
you see like this metallic, this weird sort of almost like automotive
Chrome.
like chrome.
Yeah.
And it really works for it. Like it doesn't detract from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this color, I really love the helmet on this.
I was thinking the face is really nice.
Yeah.
I think that's a solid silver.
Yeah.
Solid silver, high silver, maybe.
Yeah. And I think, look, if you kept working at this,
depending on where the
I
gold
think
level
this,
is.
the depth of it, like you just need to refine a few more parts of it. Like
So
especially against
just some like paint lines onto the feathers down here, just to define them a little bit from the back and the front. That would really lift this piece.
Yeah.
They are in some areas, but I like the stone. I like a lot about this.
I think silver.
Yeah.
Silver.
Oh, this has been really fun so
I
far.
know, I'm loving it.
This one I picked up because I looked at it and I was like, oh, non-paint's good. And the more you look at it, the more subtlety there is in like interest.
Yeah.
Look, I don't think it's much
clean.
higher than a bronze.
It's a bronze for me.
But there's what they've done really nicely, and it's quite
Textured
subtle.
in here.
Yeah.
The face is like, it's not bad, definitely not bad, but I would like to see a bit more value contrast in the face, just a bit more. I like this color of hair, and there's some spots of like black that just seem to stand out to me, which I wish weren't there. That they detract from it a little bit.
Bringing
going
some
higher.
more of the red tones into the skin as well.
And I think also just
This
having the
necklace,
face stand out a bit. Like the face is kind of lost. You need just a slight bit more white just to make it pop.
And again, a bit more life by putting some reds into the skin. And this necklace looks unfinished, unfortunately. I noticed it just now. And there's some red spots that have gone onto other elements. So
I think there's a
that
lot
stops
of
it from going higher.
There's
but
a lot
this
of
is
promising
really
things.
nice.
Like you can put some texture on this more, and like a few more highlights. But it's
Cool
definitely
model as well.
there's some really cool parts of it.
The line of commended in bronze for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some things that definitely like these bits where they're red and the unpainted necklace. It's a low bronze commended maybe.
Yeah.
But there is like the NMM is just so good though that it.
And I think this is
and the
really
texture
nice part.
and the face. It's a low bronze commended. Put it in
I'll put it on the
low
cusp.
bronze.
You can make the call later
Um, this one, Will and I had a chat. I said
Yeah.
the face is phenomenal, the hair is phenomenal, but I think some other parts just
The skin a
make
bit flat.
drag it down.
Oh, geez, this could have been gold, but it's a silver.
Yeah,
I think the transitions between the colour and the hair are a little too straight, whereas there's less of the flow of the hair that's being included.
This is not easy to do though,
No,
especially
it's-
like highlighting with different
to transition that,
You're blending 4 or 5 colours at once when you're doing this sort of stuff. So I bet they chose to do this and they realised how
I think
hard
there
it
could
is
be
while they were doing
more
it.
depth in it.
Yeah.
I would like
More
I know
value in the skin.
Most of the time you don't want to blackline stuff because it looks a bit tacky, but I think you need to blackline these a bit more to bring them out.
Outline
Yeah.
it, not within the hair.
Yeah, no,
but the
around
outline.
it. Yeah, especially around these flowers to sort of bring them out a little bit.
And it doesn't have to be black, just darker than everything else.
Yeah.
I love the colours.
I do love the colours.
I think the face is what you see in Masters. Like the face is really well done. So, but I think there's some detractions that don't give it a gold.
Yeah, this is silver.
Silver?
Yeah.
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 Grab a couple from over there, that's done.
This one I picked up and I thought it was interesting. It's got quite an interesting colour scheme.
Straight silver to me.
Let's have a look at that white.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
gonna
no, that is very nicely done.
Yeah. I was going to aim more for bronze, but.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think this is a high silver. Like, it's so clean. The
Yeah.
base again, the tufts are stopping it going higher, but like, look at the yellow here. It's
Yeah.
so well
I
defined.
think the
whites
metallics
are
are done really. Actually, the more you look at the metallics, the nice.
Yeah,
done really
the,
well.
the white immediately stood out to me.
The base
really
is,
nice.
is I think this is the same person who did the Techless and another model from this group. The bases were better on the other ones for some reason. This red is. It's,
I think that for me, it's a bit like it's hard when it's in a gaming arm and you want to make sure it's consistent.
Yeah.
But I wish there was a different colour base. The model could really benefit from a different type of base.
Yeah.
It's maybe a lower silver, but I still think this is a silver for me. Are you okay?
Can I have a look?
Yeah.
Do you think, Will, it's a silver?
I think low silver.
Low silver, yeah.
The elements that are there are done really nicely.
Yeah, you're right. The white is really got a lot of depth to it.
I was very impressed.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like the texture and line.
And the face of this animal is actually really quite cool as well.
Yeah.
The face of the rider too, the hair, the texture and lines in the fur, the spots here. I see a lot of things to like about this. A blend on the lance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Silver.
Yep, silver.
Just before we go to something else, we'll do another one by that person.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Here we go. What's it called? Like Mountain King or something?
Yeah. Don't know what it is.
Big cow, man.
I think the other one's better.
This one?
No, the other.
Yeah, the other one is
the
better.
rider?
This isn't as good.
And I think the white is not as defined as that other one either.
This one's a bronze for me. The white in these banners is really beautiful.
Yeah.
But that's the best part of the model, and the same is on the blue lining in.
And I think you've got a really I've looked at this a few times, and I kind of would like to paint it because I like this idea of almost having like a base on its shoulders.
Yeah.
And I think that you could really push that element of make it organic and make it look like a base. And I think it just looks too much plasticky and similar to the rest of it.
I like this, but it feels like they haven't given as much love to this as the other ones. It just feels like that to me.
Particularly we made a point of the white in the previous one. The white
It's
on this
not-
one.
it's not to the same
It
standard.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
And the banners that they've done on the back, it's not to the same level with this part here.
Yeah.
The hammer could have a bit more light coming out. From
Especially
the
how
cracks,
big it is.
And the red hammer on these blue, and these red bricks again.
Yeah.
I like the use of the red in the rocks. It's
Yeah,
nice,
that's
to see
awesome.
that.
Yeah.
But I think that this, I don't know, it's probably on purpose, but I feel like the red here it's all the same. For me, it needs to, it's fine to do different
It's
reds.
one too
but-
many colours to me to the whole thing. I would take that red out. Even if it was just greys and whites, I think it would make this piece better.
I'd say
I still
bronze.
like it. It's a bronze. High bronze.
Very bright. I like it.
I like this.
I think this is probably, for me, it's probably on the cusp of a bronze and a commended.
Okay. Yeah. Goes bronze, straight bronze for me probably. I'm more middle bronze, high bronze, because I like the. I know who the painter is, and their work is usually very dull, and they've gone very, very bright, and this is the first time they've really done that, and I really think they've done a great job
I think they just need
of doing that for their first try, and I want them to do it more, so I want to reward them for it.
I just think there needs to be just a bit more definition. Even though it's very bright, everything, it just comes up to a
More value,
75%, and it
contrast.
just kind of stops.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I think from what we've seen from other bronzes, I'd be happy putting this in bronze.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I like
and
the
no,
colours.
you're right. I think there are some really nice
There's
parts.
some areas, like the hilt of the sword here are unfortunately a bit flat.
Yeah.
But then the
texture
the
here
non-metallic
is
ball
nice.
here has been done really well.
And I love the texture in the hat.
Silver, gold, bronze.
Bronze.
Done.
High bronze, though.
Oh, very good.
Grab that big wolf. Let's have a
The
look
big
at
wolf. All right.
Big wolf.
There we go. Oh,
We got to tackle it at some point.
Coming in, big wolf.
So
I've seen this before. It was entered in the Guilds Inn that I was judging.
it's changed a bit since
Yeah,
then.
the
It's had a
paint has
red-
changed quite a lot to it.
The face on the wolf is fantastic. I think that's silver, maybe even gold level.
Yeah.
This part here.
I quite like the subtlety of these guns. They are defined, but they're very subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because they're peripheral elements, it's the right choice to make.
Definitely.
I'm basically going to say the same thing I said previously. I think the base is wrong for it. I don't think the base works.
Yeah.
I think that
maybe
it's too big, and if you're going to go for something that big, you have to make sure to fill all the space.
Yeah.
And I think
And,
this.
I really kind of I wish these were matte varnished instead of this
Yeah, there's
kind
a-
of
there's a
glossy.
sheen,
It
there's a
feels like
satin.
it's not stone anymore because of that.
Yeah.
That might help.
Especially if you've
Soft,
got the
because there's
gloss of
so
the
much
water.
white reflecting into my eyes from down here,
Yeah.
it distracts me. When I put my hand in the way and just look up at the figures,
Yeah.
they go up to silver.
Because
for
I
me
think the
more.
figures are really well done.
Yeah.
But I think the base, it hasn't got enough interest. I don't want to keep looking at the base.
Yeah, but it pulls your attention so much because it's so big, unfortunately.
I love the resin pour. I think the
the resin pour.
Yeah, resin pour is really nice.
Really good
fish.
choice.
It could just be a factor of just matte varnishing, and this might make a huge difference to my eyes. Because this, it keeps distracting me so much.
My first instinct was silver.
Yeah,
I think the paintwork
maybe silver.
I think the paintwork is verging on a gold,
Yeah.
but I think there's some elements that just don't help.
The face of this wolf is definitely gold to my eye, but there's some areas, like some of the yellow in this is a little bit dirty and not quite like. So that'll stop it from getting. So where do we go with this? Is it silver?
I'm saying silver.
I think silver. Yeah,
Silver
it's a shame there are some elements that could really push it over to gold, but I don't think it's a unfortunately. Can we have a look at that blue guy? Let's have a look at that. I think it's just really
this is so
whimsical
I
and
always
funny.
love seeing when people use tufts on the model itself.
Yeah.
It has to be done right, but it's done right here, I think. Maybe it could be like washed in a little bit
I think
more.
a little bit more integration would really help. But
But I go straight to silver for this.
It'd be nice to see two different types of tufts, maybe, just to sort of mix it up.
Or even just different colours.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, different colours.
I
But
think
like
think
this.
silver. For
I
sure.
love his feet standing in the.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is silver.
Yeah.
This is really, really cool.
Yeah, I really loved it. I love the idea. Yeah,
Makes me emotional.
I mean, there's some more stuff you could do, and I think track us down for some feedback. But I think it's silver.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with silver on that.
Yeah.
How are we going for time?
You have 30 minutes left to complete standard.
We'll be good. How many have we got left? Do we have to speed up a bit?
Maybe a smidge.
Let's get moving then.
I just picked this up because I had a few interesting things like the glowing
Bronze.
and stuff. But let me. Okay. Yeah.
I like the
let's get some-
lightsabers. It's
They
nice
are-
to see
they are
them
nice.
painted to have that gradient on them. High bronze for me.
Bronze.
Bronze.
All right. It's a really great gaming thing.
Sorry to anyone who
Gaming,
comes up in the next little while. We'll probably be going through a bit
Make
quicker.
sure you share your feelings as well. We don't need to. If we need to, we can cut to tomorrow and we can do masters judging partly tomorrow. So no problems at all.
I think this is really well done.
Yeah.
And even just looking
Silver.
at that over there, yeah, I actually would even
High silver.
yeah.
So when I picked that up over there, the non-metallics on it really stood out to me as being quite strong.
Yeah.
Especially for the subdued palette they've used.
Yeah.
And like some of this freehand.
Yeah, the
I'm not sure
freehand.
whether it quite gets into gold.
I think the fabric for me keeps it in silver.
Yeah, it's not quite got refined to the right resolution. Some parts of it, geez. This is really a high. Do you want to have a bit of a closer look?
Yeah.
It's a high silver.
Yeah.
I think that's sort of what's it called, technical camo. Is it? That's.
I don't know what camos are called.
That camo, digital camo. That's it.
Okay.
Digital camo. It's kind of nice, really kind of interesting idea. Yeah, I think it's just it lacks a little bit of definition to bring it to gold. I think.
Yep.
Like it's all there. It's all there, but there's just parts that just need to be resolved a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So silver?
This hazard stripe here is really cool.
Yeah,
I
that
like
was-
that.
yeah.
The eyes are maybe some focus. Come and find us for some feedback.
I think the silver's a lot stronger than the gold.
Yeah.
But in terms of where I'd place it, I'd go silver.
Yeah. And I don't know about the Plinth's choice. I prefer black for that sort of subdued.
Here we go, another lion.
Are these standard?
This isn't as good as the other one.
It's an interesting take on it.
Yeah.
Well, they've gone for non-metallic immediately, which is a bigger risk, of course, but have they pulled it off, you know?
Maybe not quite as well.
I really like these road figures.
Yeah.
For some reason, the way they've been finished, like the color choice.
Yeah.
really
Different,
works.
like lowered saturated greens than the lion. That's a good choice.
I think they're a little similar to the armor on the lion in terms of that desaturated.
Reckon?
It's darker in value, but look how saturated the cloak is by comparison.
Up there.
Yeah.
It's an
Bronze
interesting
for me.
choice. Yeah. I was just going to say, it's an interesting choice that they've gone almost predominantly green.
Yeah, I do.
yeah.
I like it. I do like it.
I think bronze.
Bronze.
Yeah, I think bronze as well. Alright.
I do like that.
Bronze.
Yeah. Do you want these two little stormtroopers?
Yes.
There we go.
I really like these. I saw these, and they're tiny little models. Really satisfied with the white on them.
Yeah.
Color choice: red and blue and white.
I've painted
Really
some of
nice.
these for my gaming army. They're not the easiest model to paint either.
No.
Yeah.
White is very hard.
And they've clearly, like, it's just really well painted to me.
Yeah. I'm going to throw it out there. I think it's a silver.
Yep.
Yep, definitely silver at least.
Yeah.
I was even thinking, could these be gold?
Yeah, let me have a look. Is it the micro weathering? Is it?
Yeah.
Has it got all that?
Yeah.
Like material definition, everything's really cleanly done.
I think the base could.
Even the tufts are integrated.
Yeah,
That's true.
Like we
I
want.
would like to see the base done a little bit like
More, yeah, yeah.
but the model itself is really good.
Yeah, so it's a high silver.
Yeah.
It's verging on gold. It might depend on where we end up putting the line, but
Yeah.
I think with that micro weathering,
Yeah.
that like,
Yeah, I think
so
we'll put
high
that on the
silver.
line. Yeah.
High silver near gold.
Yep.
Silver.
Yeah, there's some interesting colours.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. I'd say silver on that. I like the
Yeah.
atmospheric light from the
The
back.
glow is really nicely done. You got some
environment.
freehand of this sort of check. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think
I
there's
like
some,
this a lot. Maybe there's one too many colours.
It does run the risk of being a bit busy in terms of the colours.
I feel like this yellow is very, very yellow.
Yep. I
Yeah.
I don't mind the golden gun, but maybe you just make the whole gun.
It's a James Bond. Yeah.
And then you've got it. I don't know, but you've got blue, yellow. This is quite saturated tones as well. You've
Yeah.
got green, purple, red.
And there's nothing
blue,
wrong with it being
yellow.
bright, but you just need to choose your colours more. Like start looking at colour theory and start understanding which colours work well
And then
together.
you've got even the big green over here.
Yeah.
This is almost a whole rainbow piece. It's not
Yeah.
that. It's not such a bad thing, and
Yeah.
it's not something that you can't strictly do.
But I think-
it has to be controlled and specific.
I think for this competition, this is a good like
silver,
sitting at a silver,
Yeah.
silver
I think
level.
it's nicely painted. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's silver.
Silver.
This little witch. For me, the skin's done nicely.
Yeah.
But I think this is just. I understand the concept of the
horns
two-tone.
are-
Yeah,
Are
but
the
it
horns
just.
just one?
They are just one tone. To
they-
me, they are one tone. I can't, at least
Yeah.
from what I can see at the moment.
I think does the skin give it enough to push it into a bronze?
Yes, definitely.
Do you think the rest of it is too flat to?
Be a bronze?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. No, the rest is high enough for me to be bronze.
Number with the face.
It's on the cusp of bronze for me.
Bronze and commended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is a case where, like, normally you wouldn't advocate for like a backing on every single thing ever, but I think this is a case where it would look quite nice with a backing.
I think because they've got such a dramatic light at the front, having the exact same shadow on the back does, like you say.
Yeah.
And these horns, if you're not going to paint them, because I don't consider something flat black painted,
Yeah.
it would be better to just cut them off. And I think that this might have a better silhouette in this way by just having that triangle.
That's for me why I was thinking possibly commended. Things like.
But the
leaving
skin is
horns.
really, really nicely
Yeah.
done. So
And the face is nicely done. Look, I think it's on the border, but
Yeah. It's on the
maybe we
border
might
of
need to have a chat
We
about
can-
that one
we
again.
can-
Yeah,
that's great.
All right. These ones I looked at. I think they're like from far away. I was like, oh, that's a squad.
that is a squad.
I mean, colour-wise, I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
The colour choices.
My first reaction is gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there could be a bit more interest in them, but it's a squad. If it was a single miniature, I think then you could start to ping it.
Yeah.
But in terms of a squad, that's a really consistent paint job over the whole squad.
Nice scratches. Thinking on because this is where the Terminator armor is always going to be catching on doors. So I love
There's a
that.
few areas that could maybe be defined a little bit more.
Only thing-
like
can
belt,
I-
the belt buckle.
Can I make a suggestion for this painter? Is you've put scratches on it, and clearly, unless you're a master, you've used transfers. Start putting some scratches over the transfers. It's only going to make it look more interesting.
Yeah, just integrates them as a whole.
Gold.
Gold. Another Warhammer piece.
Another gold.
Yeah.
It's very clean, very nice.
The white's really
Yeah.
done well.
Like you can see with the green on the shoulder pad, the blending that's gone
I
in
have
there.
done scratches on the transfer
Yeah,
this
they've
time.
done scratches.
This one has more love than those guys. It must be the same
like,
guy. I wouldn't
really
be
like
surprised
the
if it was
hazard
the
stripes
same guy. Yeah.
up there.
If this wasn't painted by the same person, I'd be really surprised.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Gold.
The dirt on the legs, everything. Yep. What do you want to take this big guy? There you go.
Bronze.
First instinct for me,
I
bronze.
think has it done an yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think so. It's done. I was going to say, has it done enough for bronze? I think yes, it has.
Yep. I don't like seeing the gloss from the glue on. Let's give it a matte varnish to get this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are little things, but the metal's really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice texture.
It's quite a subdued paint.
Face.
Like,
Yeah,
colour
this
palette.
is bronze. I'm happy with this in bronze.
Come and ask for some feedback if you want, but I think bronze.
Yep.
Yep.
Silver.
Yeah, I like the hammer is really cool.
Taking
the
a
base
risk.
is really cool. I think some of the sculpt work is helping it because it's such a defined like sculpt.
Yep.
But I think what the painter's done right, they've done right.
The face lets it down a little bit.
I'm struggling with the border between bronze and silver. But like I say, the hammer's nice. I'm looking at the non-metallics and they're done.
Look at
I love the wood
painting on
the
the
glow on the actual base, like lifting it up. Can you see that? Yeah.
Seeing that glow, I think
Yeah, it looks
probably
really
more
good on
silver
screen.
for me.
Yeah, like the glow on it.
Yeah, that's what the OSL.
Yeah.
I love the mouse and the cheese.
The feeling of it, yeah. This
I'm
is
thinking
silver.
silver.
Yeah.
Don't know what you're thinking.
Concur.
All right, what do you want? This one?
Yep.
Big glowing.
So they've made an alteration with the sword, which is nice to see.
Okay, I'm not really familiar with the
The
model.
original sword's sort of more like a cleaver type thing.
Oh, it's like a square thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I actually find this nicer from this side.
When I picked this up, I was like, I think it's a gold, but then I was like, I would really like your two opinions on whether it needs to come down.
It doesn't reach gold for me.
For me, it's
unfortunately.
silver.
Yes.
I think
the hair is unfortunately just a little bit.
I think it's got some interesting things like with the blood, you've got the glowing, you've got the colour scheme that works, but yeah, maybe it doesn't have enough
There's just
interest.
a few things that are just holding it back in a few areas, and I just wish for a little bit more something.
But lack of consistency across the whole piece probably drags it to silver.
Yep. That's pretty much eloquated my.
What do you want to do?
things
One of these?
perfectly.
No.
I love that sculpt. I love that model.
I think the lighting on it is really good. For me, I think the wings, I know that is an incredible amount of detail, but I think it needs something more on it.
So I'm fairly certain they come as transparent wings.
Oh, okay. And they've been
So
painted.
the decision has been made to paint them.
I think the tooth, I'd like to see the tooth like refined a bit more. It is a tooth, like it's going to be very reflective.
Yeah.
It's on the line between bronze and silver for me.
Bronze, silver.
I think silver.
Silver.
Thank you. All right, you want to have a look at this little go? This is just a very, I don't know what it is, but I like it.
This is a
lot of
Warhammer conversion.
Yeah. It almost looks like something out of War Machine, but it's Games Workshop.
Yeah. Because I can see all the
And it's got
individual
like an
bits.
eagle.
I can recognise a little bit.
Like a
This is
vulture
from
on the top. Yeah.
This is from the
Black
Grimaldus
Templars,
kit.
yeah. It's like a dark
This is from the
Eldar
ogres.
head.
For me, I think that
Dark Eldar.
the colour of it and also the conversion work is unconventional to push it over the line to a bronze.
Yep. Bronze.
Bronze.
Yeah?
I like it.
Alright, what do you want to go with? That one?
Really like this piece.
Silver is my first impression.
Yeah. What's going on with this base with this yellow here?
I think it's meant to be a firelight.
Okay.
Maybe it's a little bit too yellow to give the correct impression of that. I really like this moon.
Yeah.
And the the definition on
it.
I like
yeah.
the title card. That's really nice. I think silver, high silver.
I think, yeah, I this bothers me a little bit.
It's a bit dry
It's a
brush.
bit- I really like it. I think it could even push into a gold, but I just don't know if this base.
Yeah,
is
that's what's holding it to
detracting.
silver for
Yeah.
me. Yeah. But this, if I covered up just this, that goes to gold for me for sure, without a doubt.
Do you want to put it on
the
cusp
border?
and we'll go back to it?
Border of gold and silver.
All right. What do you want to do? Well, here you go. Here's a war boss. We'll do these two. Can I just put this? I'm going to put this on. Talk about it. I'm going to put this on screen as well.
At the back,
Just-
yeah. So that's coming up there. It's the same people.
Same artist, yeah.
I actually really like both these pieces.
Yes.
Like the color scheme, the chipping on it, everything. It's quite a consistent.
Silver. This one goes silver to me.
Yeah.
Just Tough's not quite integrated enough, and I'm not sure about certain elements in the metals that.
Yeah, I think the metals could be a little bit more defined. Like if you can do that detail on the chipping here, you can do the detail on the. Like you can't have lines that big on the metal.
See, I'd place this higher than.
I do too. I do too. This is a silver.
Silver.
Okay, well let's have a look at this one.
I was really impressed with this because it's.
I mean,
same,
it's
if not
ambitious.
a little bit better standard.
Yeah.
Across the whole thing.
It's very ambitious to paint something this big to this standard.
The skin is super impressive on the orcs.
And the transition with this pig or squeak thing is really cool as well.
Yeah. This is a gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very comfortable putting that in gold.
I wish the Toughs were integrated.
Yeah.
Come on, people.
I
Next
know,
year, I
very
don't want to
tough.
see any bloody damn Toughs like
But this for me is like, if I commissioned this army, I would be super happy to get this.
Oh,
This is so
yeah, this is
awesome.
this is freaking cool.
Yeah.
I could sit here and look at this for hours. Like honestly.
We don't have time to do that.
Yeah, I know. Shut
Gold.
up.
Gold. It's gold. Henry bust.
I think it's quite flat. I think there's some things that work, like some tattoos, this sort of metallic-y type of stuff here. This blue I really like, but some of the skin is.
This is border silver bronze.
I think because it's a
Bronze,
somewhat
I
simple
think
bust,
bronze.
the flat elements are a lot more obvious. So I
want to see a bit more. Like there is some life around his eyes with the red. I'd like to see that in his nose and in his cheeks. Like just a little bit of red in his nose and his cheeks might just do enough to put it into silver, but it's not quite there. The
I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I just think the skin looks lifeless to me. You need to bring more life to it.
Yeah, it's there in the eyes. It is there in the eyes.
I like the tattoos. They're good.
Yeah.
Bronze.
I think bronze. Yeah.
Also, the plinth choice is not great.
Yeah, green with those colours isn't.
All right, what do you want to do, Frogmaster?
Oh, Froggy.
I think it's cool. I think it's a silver.
Yeah, silver, high silver.
Yeah.
Why doesn't it go into gold? The green is still a little bit flat. Yeah, but that's a standard, so you can't dock them too much for that.
I think the non-metallic, the
the
colour
red.
choice, you could have it slightly brighter and a slight nuance in the non-metallic.
And I'm having trouble finding where the light is coming from. Is it maybe like here? I don't know. Maybe there on the camera.
I would go silver on this.
Yeah. Come and have a chat to us if, we'll have a chat to you about getting it to a gold. I think it's a bronze.
Bronze or commended.
What's with the base here? What's this? Can I just... It's dusky? It's dusky.
I feel like each element could be pushed even higher than it currently is. In terms
I do like the sort of stark lighting on the skin. Like the light is definitely like bang there.
Can
But
I run
that
something,
is inconsistent.
Can I run something past you? If the skin is that stark, then shouldn't the non-metallic be
Yeah,
really
that's what I
stark?
mean. It is inconsistent across other elements.
But I think the
hair-
face actually works for
Yeah,
this model.
Yeah. No, I think this is a bronze.
Bronze.
Agreed.
All right, what would you like?
Ooh, that one.
Do you want to have a look at this?
This is a gold. Like I can tell it already.
I'm very comfortable having that in gold.
When Jared just brought this over to me, I thought he made a mistake. I thought it was
should have been Masters.
I agree.
Yeah.
The non-metallic is beautiful. The color scheme works wonderfully with
This
the
goddamn
The glow,
globe.
yep.
Oh my god.
Yep.
It really feels transparent to me.
Look,
And
I'm sorry whoever painted this, but it's like, I guess we just don't have time to tell you why you got gold, but you got gold. Like,
Gold
it's,
it is.
It's
Gold.
really good.
it is very, very good.
Very impressive. Very
The
good.
non-metallics are good.
Everything's
God.
good.
It's everything's good.
All right, here we go.
Silver.
Silver.
Yeah, it's got a good understanding of lighting.
It's painted. It's painted really
This
nice.
is really nice.
Yep.
It's really nice.
Yeah, I love the difference in finish.
Yeah.
Of the matte to this.
I'd like to see a bit more definition on these parts.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you're right. I
And
don't
like
think
give a different color in the shadows just to give it a bit more definition.
I don't think it can be a gold because there's too much of it that's not finished.
I agree with that.
But the parts that are done right are just so beautiful.
Silver.
Yeah.
And this is a good plinth choice too for this model. Like nice and thin at the bottom and then thick at the bottom. Yeah.
It's a tough model to get plinth for because that act.
Yeah.
All right,
comes right down.
here we go. Let's have this one. I'm
Now
interested.
I brought this. This is really interesting because when I first saw this, I thought, oh, this isn't that good. But then when I looked closer, I'm like, what the? This is actually really good.
You can see the blending in the red.
I
and-
wish they'd like edged
I
the
thought it
base.
was unfinished. Like it just sort of this part
I know
doesn't work for me.
But the rest of the model is actually really quite high level. Like,
Yeah.
oh god, I have trouble. I have trouble like picking this. This is a silver, I think, in my mind. But some of the things that they've done wrong bother me, like the edge of the base and
I
stuff.
think silver. The base. I think the base bothers me.
Yeah. The base, to me, the base looks unfinished. Like the ultramarine here compared to that
They ran out of
ultramarine.
time, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go even further and say this person's capability is gold, but there's significant that base.
Yeah.
You entering a display painting competition, you've got to have a black rate or a ring.
Yeah.
So
Just paint this. This takes 5 minutes.
I would put that in bronze purely from that base.
You think?
Well, the quality's good, but
I feel like it's almost a gold quality mini.
I would go silver just because the main model itself is really nicely done. The base is a letdown.
I
but
know.
the model-
But this is in standard. In Masters, I'd dock this like
Yeah.
for even getting anything.
I'm different
because
from
of this
Trent.
edge.
I put it in bronze for the base is it looks unfinished, but also I don't see any focal point in it. I can't really be drawn to anything. That's why I never picked it up in the first place.
Okay. I like it. I like it a lot actually. But I can go bronze. You guys want?
We can go.
Do you want to put it on the fence and we can talk off stream?
It's-
You wanna-
yeah, let's do
And
that.
Julia barrels.
Oh,
Yeah.
Julia
Barrels.
Julia's
Yes.
barrels. Get out of here.
Drill 'em.
Or just at least paint them black.
I like this.
Gold.
Bang. I think that this, like, obviously, we'll probably be looking at Masters and seeing things that are more refined, but for standard, this is quite a good backdrop.
I could see this in Masters and not be surprised.
I think that this could have more work, this base.
Yeah.
But this is really cool. The backdrop's really cool, and the color on it is just.
And I love these
really
lightning
hectic.
lines.
Yeah.
Like that's got to be hard to do. So finicky.
I love seeing the recessing
Gold.
runes. Yeah.
Gold for that.
Gold in it.
Take one from over there.
You want this? This Mephisto. I just really liked. This is the opposite of the other one. I think that it's got such a focal point. I just picked it up. I had to look at it.
I agree with the focal point.
This is a silver for me. There's some elements that aren't just quite. Some elements that are gold for sure, like the face.
Yeah.
The OSL here. And
I think some things that these freehand patterns could be done better.
Yeah.
I think
these.
But the fact they've got the freehand patterns there to begin with for me is silver material.
Yeah. Silver. Yeah, it's
with a very very like close to gold like potential. This person can paint to gold level.
Yeah.
If they just put a bit
This
more
is
love
like
into it.
this is gaming standard to like the ultimate. This is
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Very comfortable silver.
Silver.
Let's go for another big one.
Now this is tricky.
This is a tough one.
You've judged this before as well.
I have, yeah. Look, I can't remember what it got. I think that the parts it does right has been done right. Like, there are obviously things that detract. Like, you turn it back around and it's almost flat red.
But you can't see that. It doesn't matter. I don't think like for this kind of piece, just even looking at the back is not even really
From its
a
primary
thing.
viewpoint, you can. The lighting is effective.
Yeah, from a creative perspective, it's a goal. Like
Yeah,
it's so creative,
and it's like this is a piece where the base is the character rather than the character. The character's
scene
the
build-up
base,
is-
and the scene is the character. And I really like that kind of like. The character hasn't been. I don't know, like made the main thing. They're just there, and
but I
it's a
really
scenery.
like this. Like the rendering of the face is actually really done really nicely.
I'm happy to give it a gold.
I think that I don't know how you can do it because fluoro is always hard to work with,
Yes.
but this needs to be more glowy somehow.
The fluorescent to me seems.
It's a low gold.
Quite basic.
It's on the borderline of silver gold, but I can give this. I like this a lot. I do really. Like this.
I think gold just for the execution of
and this is a risky choice to do. Like trying to make something like this, put this in the time that you're going to invest, because this could turn out trash.
And I feel like if this painter just picked this up and finish
Refine the red
refined it, you could even
transitions a little
probably
bit.
it's gold painting on that as well.
Yeah.
I think gold. What do you want? Do you want these ones?
Let's have a look at them.
Here you go.
I love these.
Yeah,
I love
They're very
these.
nice.
They look good from far away. They look good from up close. They're just really unconventional color scheme as well. Like everything just works for them.
Gold
for me.
straight out.
Yeah.
Bases are really good. These are some of the best Space Marines in the standard category.
Yeah, for me, gold.
Yeah. I think they're just good in every way.
Gold.
Yeah.
Very impressed.
Somebody's a little bit of blue tack on there.
So I think that's Duke Nukem.
No, it's that one that Max Headroom.
Is it?
I don't know who that person is. It's a bit before my time, but
Have they done the freehand through the
Yeah,
cloud?
the
to
cup.
see it,
Yeah.
to see it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I've seen photos of this online, and it works much better in photos. It
Yeah,
kind of doesn't work
yeah.
in person. And he did paint it. I know that.
I think it's ambitious. I think it still works.
It's only silver for me in person though. Like, there's just. I don't know.
I think the freehand alone is quite good.
Yeah, it is.
Freehand's
it is.
very impressive.
It's
But-
close to gold, but I'd like to see.
But can I just run something past you? If we just gave a diorama that's not fully refined a gold for idea, and then we don't give this a gold for idea.
Yeah.
Or are they both silver?
This is close to the diorama, and if it's silver, it's a very high silver. So
Yeah.
let's put it next to that other one, and
Yeah.
we can pick the final position when we're making the final choices. So high silver.
Alright, you want one of these? Here you go, this little dwarf.
Love the colour scheme on this.
Yeah. I think for me these yellow doesn't work, but it's not enough for me to like outright be like I can't deal with it.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind the yellow personally. I know why you see it that way. Like it's so overwhelming. And is it yellow or is it non-metallic metal? Because these
But
feeling
the
non-metallic.
purple and blue combo is just really great.
Yeah, it stands out really nicely. The focus is perfect.
Yeah.
The
We have a
base
look at
is
the
good. The
tufts.
tufts are not quite integrated, but they're not so bad.
The next t-shirt needs to be Dave, tough on tufts.
Yeah.
Tough on Tufts, DC.
I'm struggling between bronze and silver for this.
I'm silver,
I think,
but it's a low silver.
I think I'm happy to go silver.
Let's have a
You
look.
are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just the colour of
Yeah,
that
yeah,
blue
silver.
armour is really nice. Keep them coming. Silver,
Yeah.
maybe even gold.
There's something I feel that's not right about this to give it like sorry I'm getting a bit tired. I shouldn't say that, but like there's
I
something that just
understand.
doesn't work for it.
I think silver.
Only 2 hours to go.
I've painted this model before. The sculpt in the face has a bit of a lazy eye, and that might be what you're seeing. Like, look at the face. Does it feel like this cheek is way too large?
Yeah, I feel like this. I can understand what the painter's tried to do. This sort of reflective,
Yeah.
but for
But it's
me,
a bit dirty,
the
yeah.
chalking it starts to go in the realm of chalkiness somehow.
It's the chest and the shoulder skin.
It
as
may
well.
even be able to be brought back if they just did a satin varnish.
But I think it's capable because you look at that thing and look at how that's refined, this little thing, and I think it needs to be the same on
The hair. This is a silver then.
I'm silver.
Yeah, I think silver.
But with potential to get to gold with just a few little refinements.
Yeah, put that on the cusp for you to discuss.
Your side.
All right, do you want to Kingdom Depth, and then I assume it's the same person that's done this one. I'll put it in the background.
My initial reaction for this is bronze, inconsistent finish.
Yeah.
Here. It's on the back, I know. I do like this.
It's interesting transition on it.
Yeah.
But I think just looking at that one and then having
Faces
this one
and
here,
eyes are good.
I think this one is stronger.
This one is way stronger.
So I agree with bronze on that one, and I think because
Silver on
of how
that?
strong that is, yeah.
Maybe even more than that.
Yeah, we
So
might
that's
have
bronze.
Bronze and silver potentially.
What do you think? It's just the colour scheme's really great.
I could go gold on this, you know.
It's a lot more integrated in it.
This
feels
could
like
really be a gold for me. I'm not against gold. If you guys think
And
that
yeah,
the atmosphere is nice,
The sword, the colour, like it just.
and like even the back, like the way these straps have like blended over and fits in, and like the red. It's clearly painted by the same person. I would expect they painted this one after that one.
I think the focal point's a lot stronger.
Yeah.
This is a gold.
I think so.
I want to go gold.
Yep.
Gold.
All right.
Another one. We've got a few pieces from this guy.
Geez, we agree a lot, don't we? Oof, jeez. God damn it. I'm not going to say it again.
Look, I just don't. I don't think this is. I think this is probably out of contention for a placing for me.
I think there's a couple elements that I like. I like the face and the fabric within the face. That blue fabric, now looking at it in the shadow of it, it's
With
got
stars in it. I think bronze for me. I don't like these red bricks. Commended?
Yeah.
Alright. Thanks, Dino. Speed me up a bit. Give me that Space Marine.
Alright, here we go. This will energise you, Dave. A nice space room for you to look up.
Gold!
Give it gold! It's a Space Marine!
And it's a gold anyway.
No, but it
just
not
I
because
was
it's
going to
Space
say,
Marine.
just
It
looking
does,
at it,
it does look awesome.
To me, it's
Like,
gold.
yeah, the glowing on it and everything.
The colouring on the sword and then the reflection of that. I mean,
Gold. I
think this
we don't
is
have
one
time
of-
to
yeah.
talk about it, but this is just so good.
I think that's the case where if that went into Masters, then we'd be very critical with that.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think that is.
silver.
Silver.
For me. Yeah.
Yep. It's funny, you started to say it just as I did.
Because I'm more on the side of gold for this. I think it's quite creative.
So my comparison with this is that red one we did before into bronze.
Yeah.
This is a step up from that, but it's not two steps up from that. There is, oh geez, it might be. This is high silver.
This thing bothers me. This
red line.
This weird type of symbol, and I don't think it works with the glowing.
Yeah, take the green away. I don't know, but it's a high
The
silver.
face is done really well.
I think silver.
I think silver. Yeah.
You're missing some consistent lighting on the hair and a couple little things. Silver.
Silver.
Alright, what do you want
Left side.
This one?
We got many left? No. Good.
We're going through them.
I think that's just a nice, consistent paint job worthy of a bronze.
I'm thinking silver.
The skin, like they're looking at it, like
It's
there's-
clean.
Yeah, I really love the skin on it. I think
Do you
the
think that
skin's-
some parts are flat?
I think
They
definitely
are.
some parts
Yeah.
are flat. Like
Look, these horns really
They're done
nice
well.
in the focal point. The greens. I'm straight silver with this. Oh God, I can't stop saying it. But straight silver. Gaunt's Ghosts.
silver
Yeah.
for me.
I think, yeah. There's some
blending.
parts that.
I can see the areas you're talking about. But
Yeah.
I don't know
And
if
if those areries were done better, it could even get to gold.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
some areas.
And I think even the non-metallic could be
Hands.
pushed higher, more shadow and depth and lighting. But it's on its way. It's like it's
even
just
some
sitting
striped pants, like
there. Yeah, I think
silver.
and the NMM on the bat.
I see. I thought the same. I think it's really nicely done.
Maybe low gold though.
Yeah, there's definitely elements to push up, but I love
Sorry, it's always me taking it off camera.
You do.
They can see you from there, so.
Oh, can they? All right.
I think the lighting's nice and consistent. I love the colours.
I love that bluey, purpley colour on the shirt. It's great.
It's a very simple sculpt.
Yeah, the purple really works with it. Again, I really wish there was just a bit more with the skin.
Yeah. A bit more life.
But yeah, I think you're right. Yep.
Gold?
Yeah. Yeah, have a look at this one. I've looked at this a few times, and I'm just like, it's just so small and great.
I already think I'm going to say gold for this.
Yeah. The backdrop really works, and it's one of the times where like.
And it's so small, but yet so refined.
I think
gold. I think it's gold.
I wouldn't be surprised seeing this in Masters.
Yeah.
Creative. Yeah. Gold.
Really nice.
Yeah, you want me to give you another like hidden gem? I think this one here.
Hidden gem?
Yeah. Have a look at it up close.
Oh yeah.
It's really subtle. Like have a look at the lighting on this pipe.
Oh, yeah. And that's true metallic done well. The skin. I don't know where to place it though. Is this a gold? I think it probably is.
See, I was thinking
silver. High silver gold.
I think what it's done right, it's done so perfectly.
Everything's really nicely
and the colour
defined.
scheme's nicely
It is
done.
nice and clean and
I would like to see a little bit of different in the
But this is
finish consistency.
this little tabard is really not that great.
And the golds here are a little bit less.
Cusp of silver and gold. And
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have a think about it. All right, you got something exciting over there, Will?
potentially.
Some sheer.
Yeah.
This is done really nice in the mirror. Yeah. True metallics. Nice, difficult blend from purple to orange, and that's hard to do.
I think for me the definition is not there for gold.
Yeah, this is a silver.
No, I wouldn't go for gold. I like the silver idea. I think
I like the way they've done this smoke as well, like the green on the inside and then
every part has been done really well. It just hasn't been taken to that next level.
So with a bit more practice and technique, this person can definitely paint a gold. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, that's great.
I wouldn't be surprised if they haven't entered something else that's got gold.
Yeah.
That's silver.
What do you want to do? This one? Another bust? I think the transition between purple and skin colour doesn't work for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it. I really like it. Maybe it could be a bit more gradual.
I mean, it's not like being like doesn't work for me, like throw it out. Like it's good. Like it's just not.
I love just like looking at it from here, barely being able to tell, and then you can see some purple, and then as you turn it, it's like wow.
Yeah, and even the hair changes. I love the skin on it. The difference in white.
It's on a border of silver and gold.
Yeah.
This is.
See, I wouldn't. For me, it's not border, it's silver. Like I wouldn't. But look,
I'm okay with that.
Interested.
I'm okay with that. There's certain things that don't quite get it to gold compared to some of the other things. Like this orb isn't quite there. The black hand could use some.
Yeah.
These lines in the purple are a bit too thick.
I think maybe.
I like the
it
white.
just needs to have a bit more of a transition or kind of tendrils or some sort of
tendrils
bringing
like,
it in a bit more,
infecting in. Yeah,
some colour in the non-metallic.
Yeah,
steels.
But I'll be honest with you. Just a couple of minutes ago, I thought it was just a shadow, and then I was like, "Why is the shadow not on the clothing?"
One silver.
Yeah,
silver. Now this one. My first instinct is gold immediately.
Yeah, that's.
This could be a Masters.
Yeah. And this is what we're talking about with the skin. Like, look at the transition of the colours, and you've brought life into the elbows, but then you still have this green.
Because it's a snake person, she's got scales.
Yeah.
This is gold.
I think, if you gave away Best of Show for Standard,
which we are doing, by the way.
Oh, are you?
This is in contention.
Well, I didn't even know, but there we go.
I made the call about 2 hours ago.
Okay. Dropped a hint there. This is in the running for Best of Show for Standard.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I love it.
I could talk about that a lot more.
straight gold for me. This too. This is
Yeah.
This is a technical masterpiece.
Wow.
freehand.
This could be in Masters. This should be in Masters.
I think.
But
I'll just take that off your hands now.
Yes.
there's
Yeah,
reasons
gold.
you might wanna-
Sorry, whoever painted it. We don't have time to say how good it is because it's good. It's great. There's some nice parts of that, but then there's some parts that just don't.
So yeah, is it silver?
I think silver. I think it's done. Because it can be easy to go overboard on things like weathering. I think it's nicely defined. The weathering's really good.
Yeah.
Happy for silver on that.
Tufts, Dave.
God damn it.
Tell them more about the Tufts, man.
Tough on Tufts. That's it. All right. What do you want to? Here we go. Let's go for this one. This little.
I'm all out on my
We're
side.
nearly done. We've got like 5 or 6 left.
All right.
Bronze.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. I think there are some nice parts, but there's parts that just need to really be defined if you want to step it up. Yeah.
I do really like this cheetah pattern, the leather, the
I think
hair
the
is
base,
done.
the rocks could be.
Just an
refined.
example because I'm going to take a bit of time on this unfortunately, but like see how the dark lining in between these muscles are
Muscles
really
aren't
dark.
islands, are they?
Yeah, it doesn't. It's too dark.
Yeah.
If that was much more subtle, it would be so much better. It's the same bit here on the arms and up here.
Yeah.
And here.
And I think it's the same thing as we talked about another one. If you're going for that starkness on the skin, then other stuff has to start having that starkness as well.
Exactly. Yeah. But this is still nice. Bronze.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that person has the potential to paint a silver, I'm sure.
All right, and let's go for this. I think this might be the same. Well, I don't know. Like it looks like it should be with that Space Marine squad.
I know, right?
Maybe it is.
I think it's really nicely painted. Like when you look, it's a small model, so when you look into it, you start seeing it's just really clean.
I think silver.
I think subject matter limits it.
The leathers
But
are holding it back from being gold to me.
It's actually quite difficult to paint a dog this well.
Yeah.
Like at this scale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The leather is not.
The leather is holding it back, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And the base is just.
Yeah.
The base, of course, yeah.
Look, I would say bronze, but I can understand
Yeah.
where you're coming from with silver.
I think silver.
Tie breaking it. Put it on the border of silver and bronze.
Alright, here we go. This is the second smallest left.
I mean, that's
gold.
I'm thinking gold immediately.
It's everything's done just right. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that.
I wish this plinth was all black because I want more contrast between this and the snow.
Yeah.
It's very tiny, but it's very delicate.
But yeah, that's a small thing. It doesn't really matter. But this is a gold. Love the non-metallic.
So good.
All right, here we go.
Oh, lovely.
This one's really nice as well.
It's
Shall
really
I
good.
take that for you now?
Yeah, the cityscape.
Well, no. What are you thinking then?
What are
gold.
you thinking?
I think gold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gold.
Of course.
Where are we gonna take it? Like, put it. Oh, sorry, there's
Put it in
nothing.
the commended?
Yeah. No, gold for sure. All right, here we go. Oil change.
I really like this one.
We're almost due for an oil change too. So
You are?
we're gonna go-
Indeed.
Gold.
Gold, yeah.
Yeah.
The fabrics on the mechanic could be a little bit better.
Yeah.
That's the weakest
But
part
this-
in the whole
this
piece.
is great.
Yeah.
The robot.
Because it's the only soft object and everything else is hard surface, essentially.
It could just be stippled or something.
Yeah, it does. It does show.
Cross
the basing. Yeah, this. I
But the base.
I don't think if this was in Masters, you'd still judge it quite high up in Masters. I think it's great. Yeah.
I also love this.
Yeah.
Like just kicking it over onto the pitch.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great. Just a
Yeah.
little,
Yeah.
little something.
Yep, fantastic. All right, here we go.
This is a gold.
Yeah, this weird Sharkman space mobster fish thing. Yeah, I
The
love,
impact of this like white pale skin
and I
is just
love
so good.
this.
Yeah,
This is so well
chipping
done.
into the
Yeah.
white.
I'm happy with gold on that.
Yeah, and
It's
this
very
is a
nice.
really interesting like
Display,
presentation as
yeah.
well. Yeah,
Creative use of this model.
Yeah.
I really like this.
yeah.
Gold. One last
All right,
piece.
here we go. Last, the biggest. Yeah. And I really love that you can see the whole skull, the definition of this, like, boom, right in there. I think obviously it's got some issues with the lighting, but I don't think it's enough to detract it.
I think as an overall scene, it's incredible. It's highly effective.
Yeah.
And this is a huge risk to take something like this on. This has got to be a goal.
Going for that blue-orange light.
Yeah.
Look at all the skulls built into the background like that. They must have done that by hand, unless that's a 3D printed part. But
I think just for the future, whoever painted this, just be more careful when like assembling things. Like I can still see the wood, like the wood in here. Like that wouldn't be too hard just to paint that black before you glue it on. Like here, this
a little gap.
What would be even cooler is if you had a hole there, so you had negative space.
Yeah, so you can look through it. Yeah. Just gluing things down like this kind of has a bit
this
of
could be angled a little bit so that it's not square with the front line. Like if you angled everything a little bit, you'd get a little bit more space. You wouldn't have this big chunk of nothing
Look,
here.
I think that if the fluoro girl, noodle girl is gold, this is as good as a noodle girl.
Fluoro noodle girl.
The Nico Galaxy
eating
the noodles. The ramen.
All right, you've done.
Yep.
You've done an amazing job, friends. So what we'll do is we're going to take a break now. Let these guys have a bit of food or whatever. We'll be back in about 10 or 15, and then we will start the cut for Masters. Well done, friends. Good job.
Great fun.
We'll go to a starting, please. Thanks, Bun.
Been offending to you people.